Welcome back to Seven Guys, Three Mics. It is January 24th, coming live. Or not live, you'll hear this recorded sometime, eventually.
Good one.
If we ever get it posted. This is our third rendering here. Coming live from the beautiful campus of California State Northridge and their recording studio. My name is Garett Finley.
I'm Jamie Boss.
I'm Max Tomack.
I'm Sean Kaufman.
And what we will be talking about today is sports like we do every other time. Thanks for the wrong spot.
Treat yourself.
All right, so
We're not good at this.
this is Sean's first time. This is our what?
This is my
third time.
Yeah.
This is
Max
my
your
second time.
and every time before that has not been posted. So let's hope we get this. Third time's a charm. We are 55 seconds in. Should we go?
Let's start
Let's
this.
go.
Get on a roll.
So I guess we'll start off with NFL playoffs. The two games, the two conference championships from the past week.
Two very good games.
Yeah, great games. Okay, great games. Talk about the first one. Rams Saints. Went into overtime.
The Rams won.
Greg the Leg.
Young Jeezy.
Old Cheesy.
I mean, Saints came out with a 13-0 lead in the first quarter, and then Rams kind of came back, scored 10 in the second. Jared Goff. Jamie, stop playing HQ.
Sorry, it's Parks and Rec night.
Who cares?
They
I
earned
care.
More money than this ever
Jamie
will.
literally 5 minutes before I said, I can multitask. The entire time. Just too focused on HQ.
Treat yourself.
Neither quarterback in the game was really all that.
Well, yeah, they both kind of sucked.
They were kind of just okay. But I mean,
Drew Brees' yards doesn't show off on this.
Well, Breeze has been bad for like the last few weeks
He
going
can't
into
throw down the
playoffs.
field anymore.
Yeah. After he just threw out his entire arm going to Traquan Smith, he just kind of lost his ability to do anything.
Shout out John Hecker for the one completion.
Hey,
The highest rated passer in Rams history.
the best,
Punters are people too.
AKA the only quarterback who could play fuck.
But yeah, what do you guys take away from the game, pretty much?
Well, both teams aren't great, and both of them, regardless of the winner, would have lost to the Patriots. Oh, by the way,
I think the Saints would give the
Okay.
Patriots a good game.
Yeah, I mean, I think they'll both be
I
good
think
games.
it's going to be a good game. What other takeaways do we have from this game? It looks like Todd
What about
Gurley
those?
didn't really do much at all.
Yeah, Gurley had like what, 10 yards or something, right?
Gurley had 10 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did have a touchdown. C.J. Anderson carried most of the traffic, I guess you could say.
Was that part of the plan, or did I miss something?
I think Todd Gurley's still a little bit injured.
Yeah, he wasn't 100%.
Yeah, he's not all right.
But even then, what do they have? 80 rushing yards, if that. 80 rushing yards. Yeah, they had 80 rushing yards.
I mean, the Saints defense is good, so you have
Good
to
defense.
you have to factor that in. It's not like they're a bad defense and the Saints just messed up poorly. That team or the Rams messed up. The Saints they have a solid defense. The Rams are beat up. I don't know.
There was a little bit of controversial call there at the end, pass interference.
A little bit?
Okay, maybe a lot of it.
I don't know. That was some good
was-
defense.
That was, no.
I can't say that with a straight
Even
face.
called it in Madden. You know how broken
Yeah,
that is?
you see that?
Even the cornerback said it was pass interference. Like after the game and the post game conference, he was just like, "Oh yeah, that was PI. I don't care."
I'm glad Nicole Roby-Coben is getting some recognition now because he's actually a pretty good player.
Yeah, he's so good. He hits people before they can catch the ball. What a guy.
I was all in favor for Roger Goodell rescheduling the game. I
No.
was here for that.
No,
I would have been here.
no,
That would have been cool.
no. I mean, because at the end of the day, the Saints, it still went into overtime. The Saints got the ball first. They could have scored.
Yeah, Drew Brees kind of.
Drew Brees threw an incredibly ugly interception. Call it pass interference. It wasn't PI. That was just bad.
And Alvin Kamara is a monster.
Well, yeah, but that's
And a Pro Bowler.
96 receiving
Pro Bowl.
yards. Pro Bowl. We're not going to talk about Pro Bowl.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about the Pro Bowl.
We talking Pro Bowl?
Pro Bowl.
You're talking about
Greg the Leg
practice.
wins it in overtime for this Rams. Rams going to the Super Bowl for the first time in a long time. Or no, not
They
long.
won in our lifetimes.
Yeah, I know. But I mean,
Yeah, well, you were like 2.
Yeah. Wasn't it Kurt Warner?
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Greatest
am
show on
a
turf.
Genius.
Fun fact: there were more people in attendance than the stadium capacity would hold.
Yeah,
Good fun
probably
fact.
Standing room. There's probably standing room.
And Max wasn't alive yet. I take that back.
What when the
What was it, 01? Or 2000?
Either way.
Either way, I was not born.
Well, if it was 2000, none of us were born.
2001.
Wow.
Max is one of us.
Because I like it like that.
The St. Louis Rams. Rams' last Super Bowl appearance. So, yeah, they won that year, 2001.
01. Okay, so
You
yeah.
guys were around.
So 18 years later, they're back. Or 19 years later.
18.
No, you don't know math.
It's 18. Yeah, I know you skipped your entire last
yeah,
math class.
Yeah, hey. Bless you. So anything else you got to say about that game?
It's over.
Yeah, it's over. The Rams won, so suck it up. Go Rams.
How about Pats Chiefs?
Patrick Mahomes is very good.
Is amazing.
But let's
I'll say something else about him later, but continue.
let's just give some appreciation for Bill Belichick because he shut out Patrick Mahomes for the entire first half.
Yes, he did.
He did it twice this year, I think. Maybe in the first game they scored a touchdown. I don't really remember the exact score, but he's shut down Patrick Mahomes in the first half twice this season. No teams have really been able to slow him down like they have. So he give him props for that defense, even though they ended up giving up 30-plus points, but that's kind of inevitable with the Rams.
Pat Mahomes is finished with almost 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. So.
What really hurt him was their rushing game.
They had 3 touchdowns. Their running back had 3 touchdowns.
What are you looking at? What?
Damian Williams?
Yeah, receiving.
Yeah, 2 of them receiving, 1 on the ground.
Yeah, but they had 41 yards rushing.
Yeah, well, hey, he's a running back. It's part of the running game.
And he wasn't on this team for very long.
Damian Williams is actually really good.
Also, they went down like 14-0 at halftime, so they
were
should
14-0 at half.
so they should not have been running the ball very much in the second half.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's what they want.
they scored 24 in the fourth. And then the second the Patriots got the ball in overtime, I knew it was over. I got that. Brady's unstoppable.
Yeah, well, yeah, you give him a ball and let him check down to whoever he feels like, and
Also,
you can't stop
shout
him.
out Tony Romo.
Dude,
Tony Romo was calling every.
he's a
single play of
genius.
That was impressive. Okay, so I was gonna say earlier, Patrick Mahomes, does he deserve a $200 million contract?
Yes. Well, no, it's been
yet.
one season. I haven't seen him for enough games.
That was
I haven't seen him for enough games. It's only been 1 year. I want to see him go another season, but if we're just basing it off this season, then yes, he deserves it.
I agree he would deserve it after 1 season, but I think we got to wait it out a little bit.
Okay, so this year, over 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns, and 12 picks.
Those are big numbers.
Those are huge numbers.
Yeah, you're throwing 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns.
Yeah, with a 66 completion rate.
That's
66
that's one of the best like offensive seasons ever.
in his rookie year.
Yeah. Well,
Well, I mean, last year.
technically it's his sophomore
But
season.
he played like no games last year.
Yeah, he just started week 17.
Yeah, which he also had like 280 yards.
Yeah.
Shout out Patrick Mahomes.
Kid's a baller.
In that game.
Sure.
That's
Well,
why he was playing.
sure, but still baller.
I mean, 6 touchdowns against Pittsburgh, 6 touchdowns against the Rams.
That was a game.
Yeah.
That was a
Yeah,
game.
was
I really wish we got a rematch of that for the Super Bowl. It could only disappoint, but it would still be a hell of a game.
Yeah, that'd be nice. 4 touchdowns against the Raiders. Shout out. I mean, he had
Shout out what?
shout out to the Raiders defense. 4-6-3-1-0 against Jacksonville. That's embarrassing. But 2 picks against the Jacksonville team. That's embarrassing.
Go Jags.
4-4-4-3-2-6. 4-2-2-3-2-0-3. Those are all of his touchdowns he's thrown in each game of this year. He's lucky to have won that Indianapolis game.
What? What was the stats in that game?
278, 0 touchdowns, 0 picks.
They ran all over the Colts.
Yeah.
Wasn't him.
Yeah.
A dub's a dub.
I'll also point out I had the Colts winning the Super Bowl in my bracket.
That Sean.
It was the second best bracket.
Well, it was the second best bracket for the first 2 weeks.
It lasted the second longest.
So, Patriots Rams Super Bowl.
How are we feeling? Patriots Rams Super Bowl.
It'll be a good game.
I don't think it's gonna be a good game. I don't think it at all.
Really?
I don't think it's gonna be a good game. Hot take coming in.
You got
hot.
two great offenses going head to head. What
don't
won't
see
be a good game? How come?
I see Brady just destroying because Brady is Brady.
Yeah, but I mean, you still got to factor in Brady isn't great with pressure up the middle, and the Rams have Aaron Donald and Ndamukong Suh. So that'll put him off his game a little. Won't do it the entire job,
No.
but it's a good team. It'll be a great game.
How are we feeling about the outcome of the game?
Patriots, yeah, easy.
Yeah, Pats would have to mess it up pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean,
If
It's
they were
theirs to lose.
it'll be a good game. I still don't fully trust Jared Goff to knock off the Patriots.
I've never trusted him the entire season. I have never once trusted him.
They're in the Super Bowl.
I still don't trust him.
Yeah, but they're
In the Super Bowl.
the second best team in football,
Behind who?
Yeah, I do, Jamie.
the Patriots.
Okay.
I hate saying that. It hurts.
America has your back. It's okay.
Well,
I
they
think
didn't again.
America wants the Rams to win.
Well, America lost last
Everybody
week,
wants the Rams to win.
except for the people who don't want the Rams to win.
Yeah,
They're
the
not.
people who don't want the Rams to win.
They're a
definitely
good. Well, people still hate LA. You got to factor that in.
That's
It's
fair.
another LA Boston series, which is really unfortunate, and I'm really hoping it doesn't go the way the World Series went.
Well, it will.
I'm having PTSD.
You do not know that. Let's go Rams.
Go
I mean, yeah, go
Rams.
but, like, I don't.
It's not happening.
I mean,
The
they got
Patriots.
some time for Gurley to heal up a little
Yeah,
bit.
they
and
do.
That'll help.
Right.
That'll help
McVay
their
can, like,
offense.
right now, he's probably thinking how to out Belichick.
Yeah, and Belichick is gonna just do everything in his power to just stay the same.
Shout out Hoodie Belichick.
He's
Darth hoodie.
What?
because when he has his hoodie on, he looks like a Sith Lord. Sean's making a Star Wars joke. It's
Got it.
okay.
It was funny.
I'll add a laughing track.
No, you should do that. You should just make this like Friends.
Like a TV sitcom.
I don't think we're budgeted for that.
Yeah, y'all gotta pay me. And food.
I'll pay you for dinner.
Thanks. Actually,
I won't.
I have $11.
I'm also not actually paying you for dinner.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
How about the Pro Bowl? Did they even like get lineups yet?
Mitch Trubisky's in the Pro Bowl.
Really?
That's all I have to
Hey,
say
he
about
threw
it.
6 touchdowns in that one meaningless game.
Hey, he sucks.
Hey, the highlight of that game will be Jamal Adams killing the
That will be fun.
Wait,
That already
they haven't
happened.
picked rosters yet, have they?
Well, I mean, the teams aren't set, but the players mostly are.
No one cares.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's a pointless game. It means nothing.
Oh God, why is that so loud? Oh God, I'm so sorry. Why was it showing highlights of who even is that? Miles Garrett.
He can hit hard
Miles Garrett
and
is
fast.
a Pro Bowler. I am.
He's a tall man.
Sean,
He's
you-
a brown.
Special teams kicker. For the AFC, Jason Myers, the New York Jets. Long snapper Casey Kreiter of the Denver Broncos. Hunter Brett Kern of the Tennessee Titans. That's a good NFC. Kicker Aldrick Rosas.
I'll kick Rosas
Hey,
Long snapper to be named by coach.
because they matter.
So it's the football version of player to be named later.
Yeah.
Punter Michael Dixon.
that is my stum of the year. Johnny Hecker, not even on the roster.
Wait, really? Who's the punter?
He just said Michael Dixon.
Michael Dixon
The Aussie.
from Seattle.
Yeah. He is
Ew.
a talented man. Although
I
his
don't care.
onside kick attempt in
Nobody.
whatever the game
Okay.
that was where they lost Seabass was atrocious.
That was
the
bad.
Seahawks are awful.
I mean, you can't really do much with onside kicks anymore this year 'cause you have to set like 5 on each side of the team, on each side of the field.
Yeah, but no one's getting him anyway.
Yeah, it was
there
like the lowest all time.
There was like a 10% rate before, and like
No, it's
this
like
year
2
it's,
or something.
it's not even. That's bad.
Yeah, well, onside kicks are dumb anyway.
Just win anyway.
I hate
Just
them.
normally.
Go Packers.
Go Raiders.
Thanks, Bostic.
Let's go Giants.
Sean, take your
Eli
Warriors
Manning
shirt
all
off.
I mean, he's not wrong.
What? The Warriors or Eli Manning?
No, fuck you. It's it's Max. Eli.
Max. So does that wrap up football?
Yeah, we
Anything else you
spent
guys wanna
15 minutes talking about the biggest game that's about.
Well, I mean, like it's
The
boring.
big
like,
game.
The big
There's not like much to talk about. Like,
I don't know.
It's almost like
Exactly.
there's only 2 teams that are still playing.
yeah. What else can we talk about?
I don't know. Well, normally it would help. It would help when there was some disagreement on who would win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, everyone is real and knows the Patriots will win because they're the Patriots.
But are we rooting for the Rams? Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
However, I will say Jared Goff is of the proper quality of people who are capable of beating Tom Brady. Because he is terrible. Well, he's not terrible.
Who's beating Tom Brady?
He's one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL.
Eli Manning. Eli Manning.
Hey!
Twice. Joe Flacco.
Hey!
A dead Peyton Manning.
Whoa!
Shut
Can't
up.
beat him.
Yeah, well, I mean, AFC.
It doesn't
Yeah.
count.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't. How'd you
Yeah.
Super Bowl?
Did he lose?
Wait, did they win that Super Bowl or did they get
Yeah. The year where Peyton Manning beat the
Panthers?
the year where Von Miller beat the Panthers.
Von Miller, the Panthers.
Yeah.
There you go. Strip sack Von Miller.
But Peyton Manning was quarterbacking the team, so he did beat them. And then there was Nick Foles, the GOAT himself.
And that's it.
Yeah, so Eli did it twice, then Flacco, and then Nick Foles and dead Peyton Manning, and then Big Ben's done it a couple times, but who
So
cares?
the moral is be a little
Terrible.
bit better than average.
Yeah, I would say
Or
they're
be
below.
Tom Coughlin.
Also true. Blake
Kaufman was the Jags, isn't he?
Bortles got snubbed against Brady.
He got snubbed
What?
in his
Wait,
losing
wait,
job
wait.
to Cody
What are you
Kessler.
talking about?
Blake Bortles should have beat the Patriots.
Blake Bortles would never beat the Patriots.
Blake Bortles he beat him earlier this year. He beat him week 3 or 4.
Did they really?
Yeah, it was their AFC Championship rematch game, and then they lost like 7 in a row.
Jags were terrible.
Well, they started off good. They started 3-1 or 2-1 or something, and everyone was like, "Oh, they're back and better than ever." And then they went like 2-9.
Yeah, their offense started resulting in the way where an offense built like that actually should.
Yeah.
Also, Leonard Fournette doesn't seem to like the team, and the feeling is mutual.
Leonard Fournette. I didn't even realize it was possible to void a contract. I didn't think that like if you really didn't like a player so much that you could just legally get rid of all of the money you owe them. Like he's owed like $15 million or something, and they
He's
just
also their
don't.
best offensive player.
Yeah, they owe him like $15 million,
What did
and
what
the
did he do again?
he was
Like,
just
he wouldn't show up.
he was being a prick. He was like not caring about practice, which if he's learned anything from Allen Iverson is how you become the greatest player on earth.
We are talking practice. I would have
Practice.
But yeah, so like he wasn't showing up to practices, and in the last game where they were getting their asses kicked, him and some other loser were sitting on the benches just like not caring about anything, and Tom Coughlin got very angry.
As he should.
That's not how you beat Tom Brady, boys.
Tom Brady sucks.
Tom Brady. Okay.
He wears Uggs.
He does.
He has a cookbook.
How are we respecting this man?
BJ Raji ran a faster 40 than him.
Are you
Really?
serious? Every time I hear that stat, I believe it even less.
Weird stats that nobody knows, and Sean's like, yeah.
Well, it's
I know.
easy to hate on Tom Brady.
Well, that is
You
true.
guys could do that.
It's not hard, but
Also, shout
when
out BJ Raji.
when we hate on Tom Brady, we can't go as in depth as you because you pull out the deep cuts. Like BJ Raji having a faster 40. What was Vince Wilfork's 40? Was that better than Tom Brady?
Measured with how much a stone gets eroded. And possibly, I don't know.
Does that wrap up football?
I guess.
I mean, we got some baseball news to talk about.
Go Rams.
So how do we want to start this baseball
Okay,
thing?
I feel like we just should talk about every division like we did the first
AJ
time.
Pollock.
Or we talk about like the recent transactions and then.
Let's just get the Pollock out of the way
Yeah,
and
let's- yeah.
AJ Pollock.
go Dodgers. Am I
Let's go
right?
Dodgers.
God
I mean,
damn.
listen, what? He's gonna hit lead off for a month, hurt himself, and it's fine.
He'll hit lead off and then miss May and June, and then come back in July, play, miss September, and then
he'll be good for like July. He'll be like, all right, we got him back for playoffs, and then he'll hurt himself again.
yeah.
I am putting money on that.
He won't break his hand anymore getting hit by pitches, though.
We just blew 4 years and $55
This
million
is
on that
true.
guy.
But he does wear a steel plate in his batting gloves ever since he broke his hand.
Cool.
Which is badass.
Cool. Don't get slapped.
If he plays more than like 3 years, he gets more money.
Hear me out though.
He gets, like,
What if
60
he's like an
million total
MVP?
That's not happening.
You don't know that.
I know that.
You don't.
Yeah, I do.
You know
Did you think Christian Yelich was going to win MVP last year? Do you think Javi Baez is going to be a front runner for MVP last year?
Yes.
Well, that's
Garrett,
because you're
more
dumb.
likely than not.
Yes.
In a real world, did anyone think Javi Baez was going to be like a top 3 MVP candidate
Absolutely
guy?
not.
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
I love Javi Baez.
So
Okay,
technically,
let's
yes, it is
continue
possible.
with Pollock here. So the Dodgers
I don't think
gave
it's the worst move.
It's not.
I don't
when
think
you're-
it's the
when you're
worst either.
expecting Harper, it's kind of not what you want.
We don't have to pitch to him anymore. He was a
He was
notorious
also hurt
Dodger
most of the
killer.
time.
This is true.
It's not the worst move, but we have been trying to get so much more.
I mean, we lost out on Avasil Garcia, so.
Oh man.
I would
He-
have rather kept Jock, Kike, and Chris Taylor. In the
He
outfield.
was on fire for like a week last year.
Avi?
Also, if you guys can't tell,
Yeah.
Dodger fans out here, Los Angeles repping.
Oops.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
the Dodgers are trying to get Real Muto.
They're gonna have to give up so much for him. I don't know if it's even
It's
worth
not
it.
worth it.
I'm not sure that I think the Marlins, they really don't want to have him on on their team at the start of the year. But they probably drop the price. I'm guessing
I mean,
I
it can
don't
only
think
go
so.
lower.
they. No, they can't. They're the Marlins. This is Derek Jeter we're talking about. Anything is possible. But I mean, look at what they got for Stanton,
Not much.
and they're asking more for JT Realmuto.
And as a catcher, he has some work to do.
Yeah, he's not that great defensively. I wouldn't
He's
be.
really athletic behind the plate.
Yeah.
because He played infield in college.
Yeah,
He hits nukes.
Yeah. I mean, like, if he were a corner outfielder or something, his asking price would be probably where it should be now for him as a catcher.
yeah.
His actual, like, receiving skills leave a little bit to be desired.
And we can't last a season.
Although,
with
if he
Russell
can catch a ball in the NLCS, it's an upgrade.
Then what we said fucking deal with. Bye, Yasmani Grandal. See ya.
Russell
Yeah,
Martin
have-
is daddy.
but we can't go an entire season with Russell Martin and Austin Barnes.
Well,
Yeah.
we can.
We can. We will not win the division.
We will have Will Smith and
be lucky to
Keibert
win the division now.
Will
Ruiz.
Smith, the Fresh Prince.
Hey, sitting right here.
That's right. I don't know. I could see us trying to go and get Real Muto. I guess we are trying, but will we fail? Yeah, probably. But
Didn't the Marlins want Ruiz?
They said they want. They said they wanted Ruiz. They also said they wanted Bellinger, but we were just like, no, that is
Bellinger.
For
retarded.
me, dog.
that's ridiculous.
I mean, in an ideal world, what we give up would be Ruiz, Jock.
Verdugo.
I'd say Jock. Oh, I'd rather have Verdugo than Jock.
Really?
Yeah.
Verdugo puts the ball in play.
Yeah, we've already seen. I think we've seen the limit of what Jock can do. Verdugo, we haven't seen what he's capable of yet because he's never really been a starter, and it's hard to make yourself out as like a major league player when you're only coming off the bench.
The Dodgers would
In
need
September.
That. The Dodgers would need that
Yeah.
outfielder if they traded Jock Peterson.
Well, sure, Bryce Harper.
They're not getting Bryce Harper. That's not happening.
Hey, they said they needed a righty because we only had lefties. So how about we trade a lefty and sign another lefty?
Let's platoon Bryce with Chris Taylor.
Bryce Harper, Chris Taylor.
I mean, if we traded Jock, our outfield would be Cody Bellinger, AJ Pollock, and Kike Hernandez.
Which is not bad. Really is not that bad at all.
And Chris Taylor
Chris Taylor and Kike would.
and Tolles.
I was gonna
Sometimes
say, where's
Andrew
Andrew Tolles?
The grocery store.
Tolles is behind Verdugo.
Got him.
Tolles should be behind Verdugo, but that doesn't mean he's not in the roster.
I mean, yeah, he's on the roster, but he's down, way down. He'll get some playing time.
He'll get more playing time than you give him credit for. Probably. You realize how shallow our outfield is now, right? We only have one clear-cut starter.
Better than the Indians.
We have two.
I wouldn't say Bellinger is a clear-cut starter out there. Also because I think he might be spending half his time at first.
It's almost like he's a first baseman.
Yeah. I
don't
mean,
know.
Pollock will be the center fielder.
Pollock's a center fielder. I think Bellinger is a starter.
Well, I think he's gonna be.
I think they should put Paulton.
I think if we don't sign a second baseman, Cody's gonna be our first baseman. And they're gonna have Muncy there. Yeah.
Muncie's a big second baseman.
Yeah, he's a terrible defensive. He's terrible defensively.
Okay, he wasn't bad last season. Austin Barnes is second.
Yeah, Barnes or Kike could come in off the bench.
Do you really think they're gonna have Austin Barnes play second on his days off at catcher?
I mean, if we have Russell Martin and Real Muto.
Okay, if we don't get Real Muto, who's the starting catcher?
Russell.
It's probably Russell Martin.
It should be Russell Martin.
Okay, so Austin Barnes would get a job of playing second base.
I mean, they both have the same limited offense, but I would take the pitching staff would like throwing to Russell Martin more than Barnes.
Yes. Russell
Probably.
Martin is definitely a better backstop than Austin Barnes.
It's also a G.
Yes.
He's also half black.
That was redundant.
Who else has been signed recently? Oh, Brad Bach.
Brach.
To the Cubs for $3 million.
That's a steal.
That is a steal.
Great signing.
He's good. He's got the experience closing, even though he's not great at closing. He's at least been in that position where he's able to work at high intensity, high pressure situations, which is valuable for bullpen.
It's not a bad bullpen.
Yeah, it's experienced. Still have Cishek, right?
Yeah. They have Strop, Edwards Jr., Cishek, Brock, Montgomery, Kinsler, Tyler Chatwood.
Kinsler, Brad. Yeah.
It's not bad. It's not terrible.
It's not Yankees, but it's better than most.
Nobody
teams.
has Yankees bullpen. Yankees are.
Well, the Yankees got rid of half their bullpen.
But they still have Chapman, Betances,
They signed out of Vino. You know that, right?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Conley, however you say it. Rex Brothers is way down there.
Wait, did they re-sign
I'm
Britton?
happy to hear he is in a professional organization.
Where's Britton?
Yankees.
Oh, I thought he. I was just kidding. Never mind.
Chapman, Betances, Britton, Ottavino, Chad Green.
Oh God.
Of the teams that aren't cheat codes, my somewhat hot take is A's have the best bullpen in the American League.
So you're saying outside of the teams with the best bullpen in the league, the A's have the best
Ryan,
bullpen in the league?
Soria, Rodney, Trevino, Buchter.
His ERA has never been 3.
Petit. Yasmiro Petit.
You already went over the only name you have to know, and that is Fernando Rodney.
Yeah.
That re-signing hurt me.
He's not really. He blows like one game a week.
But when he does, it's really
It's the
bad.
worst.
You just said he blows.
Like 3 strikes.
You said he blows one game a week.
That's bad.
Okay,
A season is like 6 months.
Hear me out. When he blows a save, it's terrible. But when he gets a save, it's 3 and out.
When the changeup could be thrown for a strike, he's effective.
Yes.
And when it's not thrown for a strike, he throws it behind the batter.
It's a mess.
Shut up, Fernando Rodney.
I just saw Edwin Diaz in the Mets again, and I almost had a heart attack. It's terrible.
Why do you like the Mariners?
They watched one of their games, and I was like, "Go Mariners!"
They had their best season they will have in a long time, and they did not make the playoffs.
Ryan Healy is a goat.
That's
Local boy, Crespi High
hit,
School.
He hit 2 home runs in the game too.
Crespi sucks.
Also, his OBP was like 280. That's why the A's traded him. Can he get on base? No.
You broke the one Billy Bean rule. That's one of his own no-nos.
Do you guys get on base?
Yeah.
Seems like
That is the only rule.
I feel like that's a pretty standard. Like.
Well,
It
yeah.
is now. God.
I mean, D. Gordon is still employed, so it can't be that important of a rule.
You're right.
The Reds, I was about to say that they don't care about that, but then I remember they have Joey Votto, so take that one back.
And they don't have Billy Hamilton.
Yeah, but they do have Matt Kemp
And Yasiel Puig.
and Kyle Farmer, the real centerpiece of that
And Alex
trade.
Wood.
Yeah, no one cares about him. Kyle Farmer is where it's at.
And Jesse Winker.
Who?
Who are we talking about?
We're talking about the Reds.
The Reds. Okay. Who do the Reds have?
Hunter Green, that's who they have.
Yeah, Hunter Green.
Our homeboy.
They don't have Homer Bailey.
Now they
Nobody
do
up
has
Reed.
top.
Bailey. They have Kyle Farmer as their 4th backup catcher.
4th backup, so he's the
My
5th.
God, how many catchers do they have?
Tucker Barnhart.
Kurt Casale,
He sucks.
Connor Joe, Kyle Farmer.
I don't know who that is. And I
Connor
don't know who
Joe?
it is.
On Carrera.
I don't think Connor
Phil
Joe is a
Ball,
real
what?
person. I think he just made that up.
They have a fake Blake Trahan.
Barnhart is quietly one of the better catchers in the National League.
Let's not get too hard at. Nah.
He has Gold Glove caliber defense and can
the
stick the
legend
ball
himself,
sometimes.
Scooter Gennett.
Scooter.
Why is he still good?
Why is he still a Red?
Why is Joey Votto still good?
Well, he has like the best hitting approach of anyone.
Yeah, let's not hate
He's
on
a
Joey
freak.
Votto here. Also, he hit like 10 homers last year, so let's not get too hard on Joey Votto.
He's getting up there in his old age.
He was MVP 9 years ago. Wow.
That was 9 years ago.
2010.
Jesus.
So 2010 was 9 years ago. Wow.
So do you want to talk about the unsigned players, or do you want to talk about leagues, or like teams by themselves? What?
Let's just start with the unsigned guys.
Okay, so
Bryce Harper, where's he
Bryce
going?
Harper,
Not L.A.
not Los Angeles.
Well, technically, it could be Los Angeles.
Let's see.
The
Let's
Los
see what
Angeles Padres.
offers. Okay, this is what offers are supposedly in Bryce Harper's like plate, I guess you could say. So the Nationals offered him 10 years, $300 million.
Still?
Well, that's
That happened a lot. That was in the
before-
season.
That was before free agency.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the offer doesn't just go away.
Well, they could retract the offer.
And then Philadelphia's
They
got an
haven't.
offer. I think.
I'm still saying Philly.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm with you.
I mean, I think my opinion on this has changed from week to week, but right now I'm saying he's going to Philly.
They won't get both him and
Well,
Machado, though.
of course, he's going to Chicago. Also,
No, he's not. He's going to the Mr. team.
what's the
So
mystery
the
team?
Padres.
Honestly, okay, but we're talking Machado.
He's not going to the Padres
Machado
unless
got-
he's
there's no
willing
way
to
he
go.
goes to Chicago.
Maybe, but break to the Padres that wouldn't work because one, he wouldn't unless he's going to the Padres. He has to play shortstop, and they have Tatis, who's about to be coming up, who's a shortstop. He's not gonna go to San Diego and play at third. This is Manny Machado we're talking about. I mean, I don't buy the Padres is a potential option for that guy. It just doesn't make sense.
I feel like they've offered or talked to him, but I don't think it's been serious.
The only
I wouldn't if I were
the
him.
only way he would go there is if they just offered him a lucrative amount of money.
I mean, like
Well,
San
I mean,
Diego's nice.
Look who's offered him money.
Ish.
Chicago offered him 7 years, $175 million.
That's it.
Yeah, that's like 22
He
million
wanted
a
way
year.
more than that.
Didn't you think he would be?
Also
Didn't
Sony.
Although their future is bright.
Didn't you think he'd be like a $400 million player?
He
Or was
just-
that just
he
Harper?
thought he was,
Well, yeah, but
but they offered him 22 million a year.
I mean that's not terrible. It's twice as much as AJ
He
Pollock.
wants 30,
Well,
at least.
he should. I'd say he probably should get like
And he should have
25.
hustled
Okay,
in the
wait.
You
playoffs.
should probably get.
Donaldson get.
Donaldson got
1 year,
1 year
23.
20.
Okay, yeah.
It was 23.
I think so. But it's 1
See,
year.
I'm telling. Josh Donaldson's not worth that amount of money.
He's also not a prick
I've been
like
saying
Machado.
this.
I did not realize it was
Thank
that much.
you.
I thought it was less. I thought it was like 1 year 16 or something.
No.
Okay, I'll
That's
give
a
you
lot
that.
of money for the. That's a lot of money for a third baseman who's up in, like.
Well, yeah, but he is like
Right.
what 2-3 years removed from an MVP season.
Yes, and he's also been hurt.
Sure,
Also,
But-
that MVP season was his second full season.
but Kershaw's making 31 million a year, and it's
Yeah,
been a
that-
while.
That's a lot of money, and Kershaw doesn't deserve that money. Kershaw was good, so the Dodgers offered him like, here's a bucket of money.
Yeah.
And now he's gotten back.
I mean, if he were to hit the market, he would be making 30 million a year for the next 5.
What is he? 31, 32 years old? 32.
I think he's hit exactly
Who?
30. Kershaw.
Kershaw
This
is
will
30.
be his 31 season. Actually, I don't know when his birthday is, but it was.
It's in like
maybe-
August or something.
Okay, so age 31 season. No, Jesus, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, Kershaw would get as much money as he wants because he still has like the name value as the greatest pitcher on the planet, even though he's not anymore. And it's a pretty dry pitching market, so he'd get even more money for that.
When is he a free agent?
Well, 3 years from now.
No, we got time.
Yeah, because we just extended him.
All right, so after Machado, you got Dallas Keuchel.
He'll go to like some team no one cares about or the
And he
Astros.
will be overpaid.
Does he have any offers?
Probably. He's
I don't
Dallas
care
Keuchel.
what he gets paid. It's going to be too much.
Doesn't say here he's any offers.
I mean, regardless, he's going to be that one guy who's like just he either re-signs with the Astros, which is a possibility because they haven't gotten anyone, and it would make sense for them to get him back, or he'll just go to some random team that no one could care less about
In 4
because
years,
they
he's
suck.
going to be one of those guys where people are going to think like, "Wow, he has that contract. Like,
Yeah.
Is he worth that?"
Watch him be a Dodger.
I know. I was saying Dodgers landing
Watch.
spot, maybe. No,
Watch.
no,
You
he's
did
too
just
old.
You just spoke every single thing that the Dodgers would ever want out of a pitcher.
Hey, he wins Gold Gloves.
But he's also a lefty.
So
The Dodgers have what? Kershaw.
What,
Hill,
we
Exactly. Exactly.
Kershaw, Hill, Ryu, Bueller.
we don't have enough lefties already.
We have way too many lefties.
Is Bueller a righty or he's a
a
righty?
righty.
Okay.
Did you watch the postseason?
I forget things, Sean.
Did you turn on your TV?
Well, no, I was working for half of it.
Hey, make that money.
Heyo.
After Keuchel, Donaldson signed for $23 million for 1 year.
That is, I did not realize it was
they've
that
got some
much.
money to throw around. Everyone on their team is like an infant.
Shout out Acuna. That's my boy.
Craig Kimbrell.
He's gonna get like
wants $30
an
million a
eighth
year.
of what he wants.
He wants $30 million a year.
Are you?
He is on crack. And he does he realize he had his worst season by far? He couldn't throw strikes like consistently.
Jamie's losing his mind every year.
In what world is a reliever worth $30 million?
You know what? I hope he signs the Yankees because A, he won't get playing time, and B, I'll shave that idiotic beard.
I really hope that who's their manager now? It's Aaron Boone, right?
Yankees, yeah.
He's a loser. I really hope he makes him stop doing the dumbass eagle pose.
Hey, but the Philly fans will make fun of it anymore. And he walked in a run. It worked.
Craig Kimbrell, come on the show. Tell us where you're going.
Yeah.
We're just gonna destroy him.
I don't. Would you though? If Craig Kimbrell were to walk right in this room, you would shut
I would
up.
definitely tell him that he's worth $30 million.
I'd be like, I don't know about that one, Chief.
I'd say you're dumb, but I also probably wouldn't say he's dumb. He's terrifying.
Yeah.
He's like 5'8".
And he's the
looks
scariest
like
5'8" person I've ever seen.
All hunched over and like.
Seriously, have you ever seen a bird that big? Actually, Birdman.
Grandal got way too much money.
He got
More than Jacob DeGrom got in arbitration.
He got more than Nathan Eovaldi.
well.
Nathan Eovaldi, Big Dick Nate.
He's pretty good.
$18.25 million for a year.
I was going to say innings in one game.
Yes.
Well, that too.
And he wanted to start the next day.
Charlie
That-
Morton got $50
That is a
million.
massive dick move right there.
Timeout. Did you just say $50 million a year?
No, $15 million.
That's what I
Charlie
thought.
Morton got
I mean,
$15 million.
for a team with no money, that's like $50 million a year.
Yeah.
McCutcheon got $16 million a year. Wilson Ramos got 2 years, $19 million.
Where'd he go again? Mets, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So half as much as Grandal.
Yes. For an
That's a
almost
steal.
that was a good pickup by the Mets.
I mean, let's be real here. As much as we hate Grandal, because we hate Grandal.
He's easily one of the
He
best
is-
catchers in baseball.
Yeah.
He is very streaky.
The Shredder had him at like number 3.
He's extremely streaky, which is why I can't ever justify giving him an
And that
$18 million deal.
NLCS happened.
And he's sucked. And
worst
he's
defensive catcher.
he is terrible in the playoffs. Well, he's not that terrible defensively because he's the best pitch framer in
Thank
football
God.
or baseball.
We have to catch it first to frame
It seems like his pass balls are always A, at the worst time, and B, go like...
I mean, he probably has more pass balls because of the frames, though, right? Because he's spending too much.
Trying too hard.
Yeah, he's still not worth the money.
Next available player is Marwin Gonzalez.
Oh,
Gross.
Yeah, he's not bad.
He's not terrible. He's a good,
He could very well be a Dodger. He's the
He's the type of player
he
that
can
Dodgers
play
want.
every single
He's just bringing
position.
Everybody from the Astros. And
As long as you can play,
Dodgers
You can't beat him.
the Dodgers.
as long as you can play at least 3 positions, you can play for the Dodgers.
He can play infield and outfield.
Exactly, that's at least 3
And switch
positions.
hits.
He can play first. We can get him as a first baseman.
That's Dave
I still don't
Roberts'
want
love
him.
child.
We can get him as a first baseman.
Why would we
Keep
take
him
him as a first baseman
Keep
and
him in
not
the outfield.
use him? Why would we use him as a first baseman and not
We
a
have
second
David
baseman?
Freese, I just
or
remember.
that? Yeah.
Put him at second so that way we don't have to play Muncie's fat ass there.
Muncie is not gonna have a good season.
Well, he's gonna have a good. Well, he probably will have a good year. He has a good enough eye to where he won't be terrible, but he's not gonna hit 30
His
homers.
swing is
He's going to hit
disgusting.
251 with 21 homers.
Somebody mark that. Because Sean is gonna get it right on the dot.
He's gonna hit 247 with 41 homers, and his name won't change to Chris Davis.
Next available player, the Moose, Mike Moustakis.
I like him. He's a Valley guy.
Oh yeah,
Chatsworth.
and he gets tanks.
He does. He's good. I like that kid.
Does he have any
He
offers?
hustles.
We shouldn't sign him.
Manny.
No, we should not sign him.
Moustakis?
But he will. I think he'll sign for a mediocre.
Okay, so
contract.
He'll sign for the Padres.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I think he'll take like the first offer he gets because
Because the last time he tried to
Yeah.
wait it out,
it
he
went poorly.
it went very bad, and he just ended up
He
signing like a
lost
10
lot
year.
of money and ended up on the same shitty team.
Yeah.
he has a lot to do with the Machado sweepstakes.
Moose?
Yes.
What makes you say that?
Disagree.
If Philadelphia doesn't get him, they're gonna make an offer. If White Sox
Never
don't get
mind.
him, they'll make an offer.
So you're saying he's reliant on wherever Machado goes?
Yes.
I
Okay.
thought you meant the Manny Machado market.
Yeah, so did I.
Dependent on how much
Oh, no,
Mike
no, no.
Moustakis signs.
Yeah.
no.
Let's judge this good shortstop based on this old fat third
Wherever-
baseman.
Wherever Machado doesn't go, I feel like Moustakis will go.
I don't think that is true, but it's an interesting belief.
Next one available, Gio Gonzalez, another lefty pitcher,
I forgot he existed.
has about 5 good games a year.
Some playoff experience.
Does
Really
playing
solid
Does
cleat
playing in
game.
one series really give you enough playoff experience?
Hey, he's had
Also, how
One
is Joe
series with the
Kelly-
Nationals every year.
How is Joe Kelly rated below Gio Gonzalez?
because
he
he's
had
a
terrible regular season.
yeah. He was awful in the regular season. He only turned it up in the playoffs. That was his whole thing. Also, Joe Kelly is daddy.
Yes.
And
He was
from
at
the
Spart- he was
Valley.
at Spartan Finals the other day.
Really?
Not the one near your house.
Damn it.
Next available player. If Jack was here, Jack would scream.
Yeah, Jack would be going all over the place for Joe Kelly.
No, this next player.
Oh.
You can guess it.
Oh, even more?
Yeah, Jack
Well,
mentions it.
Rendon's not a free agent.
And Asdrubal Cabrera
No one
already
would get
signed.
that joke.
Outfielder.
Oh, is it Adam Jones?
Jack is in love with Adam Jones.
I mean, I like Adam Jones. I
He
wouldn't be
can't
upset.
really play defense or hit anymore.
I wouldn't be upset if we signed Adam
also
Jones. He hits 270, plays mediocre left field, and will hit like 15 homers.
So
he's-
he's like the 6th outfielder on our team.
He'd be he'd platoon with some loser. He'd platoon with. He'd be on like a platoon with either Jock or Verdugo probably. Because they're not both playing left field or right, wherever Dave's gonna put him.
I don't think he'll come to the Dodgers.
Oh, neither do I. But
Well,
I thought there's a lot better players that are lower down.
like
Yeah,
who?
We'll get to him. Next player Wade Miley, still a free agent.
Hey, Wade Miley.
He played good for like 5 innings every once a week.
If he doesn't go signed until, or if he stays unsigned until like a week before the season, the A's will sign him
I just got an update on my phone.
because they say they're gonna wait for just like the absolute bottom of the garbage.
ESPN update on my phone. Adding AJ Pollock, not Bryce Harper. A sign of the time for the Dodgers.
Thanks.
We knew that already.
So are they saying that
Saying that signing Pollock is better than signing Harper.
that's a false
That is
fact?
Rebuild. Let's go. We could rebuild and win the division.
We'll win
The Rockies aren't that bad.
We'll win the division just because the division is so bad. We'll be in.
I'll say it again. The Rockies
Rockies-
aren't that bad.
They have a good
Let me
team.
Finish.
They weren't as good as they were last. I mean, I don't think they're going to be as good as they were last year. A, I don't think their pitching will be sustainable, and B, their hitting away was vomit.
And C, Brandon Rogers winning Rookie of the Year.
Go Jethawks.
At what position?
Pinch hitter.
Yeah.
I mean, unless they're putting Murphy at first.
62 at bats.
Are they putting Murphy at first?
Probably.
I
He's
would,
an awful
oh
second
my
baseman.
God, that would be a great infield. Murphy at first, Rogers at second.
Garrett Hampson.
Yes. Fantasy team
You
right
own
there.
Him in fantasy.
I had him for like a month.
Your team was terrible, Jamie.
This is true. I had an off year. It happens.
I won back to back.
Aren't you cool?
Yes.
God. You didn't win back to back.
Yes, I did.
You've won 3 times?
Yes. Inaugural season and the last 2 seasons.
Oh, yeah, you did beat me last year. That wasn't cool.
So the next available player, Jose Iglesias, shortstop.
Oh, Jack loves him.
I think he should sign with a good team.
Jack thinks he should sign to the Padres.
Jack thinks everybody should sign with the Padres.
Well, yeah, he really thinks Jose Iglesias should go to the Padres.
I think he deserves to hit in a stadium that isn't impossible to hit at. So
Go Tigers.
exactly.
Also, he doesn't have the power to hit it out anywhere.
Cores. Shortstop's what they need. But he's a good player. I hope he gets a role where he can actually play sometimes. It's fun to watch him play defense.
Next up, catcher Martin Maldonado.
Has a cannon.
He does actually. He does have a cannon.
He cannot hit anything,
But he can throw
and
200
he
miles
has
an
a
hour.
canon.
I mean, who needs a catcher?
Literally every team in baseball.
Yes, let's find out.
The Angels got Lucroy to, I guess, replace
Orioles,
him. I don't
Red
know.
Sox, Blue Jays.
You just named 3 different teams that all need a catcher.
Exactly. I'm naming all the teams that have catchers that
27
need catchers.
more. I'm assuming he said 3.
Indians, Tigers.
Dodgers, Giants,
Athletics.
Rockies, Padres.
You missed the Rays.
D-backs.
The
The-
Rays have a catcher.
No, they don't. They just traded theirs.
Mike Zunino.
That's not how that's pronounced.
Mike Zunino, same thing.
If, like I said with Wade Miley, if he goes unsigned until a day before the season starts, the A's could sign him because their catching staff currently consists of Chris Herman and Josh Fegley.
Yep.
Although they do have a potential franchise catcher prospect in Sean Murphy, but it's unsure if he's ready yet.
Is he the one who didn't stand for the anthem? Or is that a
it's-
different
no,
guy?
That's Bruce Maxwell, who A
Oh, yeah.
sucks, B isn't on the team, and C is 30. As much as I love the A's, I love America.
We need John on this every single time.
That's what she said.
Max is out here losing it.
And we're back.
And we're back.
There are tears down my cheek.
Okay, so the Phillies need a catcher?
No, they have George Alfaro.
He has a cannon also. They do not need a catcher. Their backup, Andrew Knapp, hits tanks.
Sean, how do you know all these people? I'm literally gonna say this.
It's called
And
watching
Sean's
the
like-
damn TV. And baseballreference.com.
So you watch every
Shameless
Philly.
plug.
So you watch every single Phillies game to the point where you know all of their
I saw them play
backups.
the Brewers once, and
Sean-
Andrew Knapp was starting,
Sean,
and he had a home run.
Give me a prospect on the Phillies. There are 6 of
Does J.P. Crawford count?
them. No.
Mickey Moniak.
Are you,
He was the number 1 pick in the draft 2 years
are you
ago.
just looking at what are you looking at right now?
I'm just looking at this. but
Oh
I
my
don't
god.
I see Rob Brantley.
Wait, he's not. He's 35
Well-
and a catcher. Wait,
Jesus.
what?
I'm looking at orange. Anything orange.
Sean, you need to calm down.
Holy shit.
Why is Yoenis Cespedes in red?
Because he's gonna miss possibly the entire season because
Okay,
he had
because he's hurt.
he had surgery on
Okay.
both of his legs.
Let's get
That's
back
not
to-
He's
that
also
bad.
my favorite player in the MLB.
Let's get back to
Yo knows.
free agents.
Nothing.
Urban
Yo doesn't
He
it?
doesn't know English.
Yo doesn't it know?
Starting pitcher Urban Santana.
Can he hold a baseball? Oh, he pitched last year. I take that back.
Damn it,
Yeah.
you stole that
He was
joke
not
from
very
me.
good. His fastball velo was not good at all
I mean, when was it ever?
before. When he could throw 89.
Oh, so he was 1 mile an hour better than Dan Heron?
Yes. If you have not checked out Dan Heron on Twitter,
You're missing out.
I don't know what you're doing with your life. I don't even have Twitter.
Next player, really standout player last year, pitcher Clay Buchholz.
Hey. Dodgers.
I would love
Should
to
not.
find him.
He should go to the A's. That would be a good fit.
Clay
He's
Buchholz was
broken.
Amazing last
I have no idea how.
Well, because he's always been pretty good when he's healthy. He's just always
There
been
were a few seasons where he was just completely terrible.
yeah.
year.
Well,
Really,
that
wasn't
happens.
he? Wasn't he with
Red
the Phillies?
Sox.
Red
Yeah, he was
Sox.
awful.
Red Sox
He was
for
awful
Oh,
with
yeah,
the
yeah,
Sox.
yeah,
Most of his career.
Yeah, you're right.
But-
You're right.
He's been he's had those times where it's when he was healthy, he's just been lights out. Last year was one of those times. Also, he had the humidor, which helps.
Well, Oakland is a cavern, so
Well, he should go there because they have no one. Who's their only starter?
They got Mike Fiers as their opening day starter, who I will mention they non-tendered and then re-signed for slightly less than his arbitration hearing.
According to this, Mike Fiers is their only for sure starter right now.
That's not wrong. Jesus Luzardo may be in the rotation.
Mm-hmm.
What about Mangden?
Daniel Megden is right now number 2 on this list.
He might be in the bullpen, but because there's no one on the roster, basically.
Are they just gonna do the Rays every single
No,
game?
They did that for one playoff game and
Well, it
it
was
ended poorly.
also against the
Sean,
Yankees.
can you name their 5 possible starters.
Possible. This is just I don't know, and they could sign some cheap 1-year garbage guys. We got Fiers,
Mm-hmm.
Luzardo,
Mm-hmm.
Chris Bassett,
Mm-hmm.
Frankie Montas,
Mm-hmm.
Mengden. Maybe
Mhm.
did I say that already?
You just did.
Okay. AJ Puck just came back from Tommy John, but he's never pitched above Double-A.
Yeah, he's way down there.
He's disgusting though. He's like
You're
worse Randy
missing
Johnson.
one.
Wet-handedness.
His name starts with an A.
First name?
Aaron.
Baines.
Aaron Brooks.
That's not
Wow.
Baines.
Do you know who that is?
Barely. I thought he was lower than that. Oh, and Gerald Cotton is healing too.
Oh, Gerald
He
Cotton.
is very good.
Well,
His changeup is disgusting.
he was really
Unfortunately,
good.
He has the flattest fastball.
he was really
Good
good for like
deal.
the first month
Yeah.
that he was with the A's, and then he had an entire season there and had like a 6 ERA.
Grant Holmes, the other guy who came over in the Rich Hills trade, might be ready.
See, so
in
when we
the
talk
near
about the
future.
AL West, Sean's going to know everything.
Mariners suck.
Maybe you nail that.
Got him.
Don't gotta rub it in.
Next 2 players both. Well, one, yeah, Carlos Gonzalez is one of them.
Dargo.
Old. Josh
Sucks.
Harrison.
How is he below Cargo on this list?
How is he below Irvin Santana?
Yeah. Josh Harrison is a meaningful contributor to a good team in theory.
I think he would
Irvin
be.
Santana may never be a serviceable MLB player again.
I think the Dodgers could sign Josh Harrison.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I don't.
Versatile,
I would- He's versatile.
Didn't beat us in the World Series like Marlins.
Sean, what handedness is he?
Right.
Okay.
See?
So that'll be our third right-handed second baseman.
Who will play mostly
outfield.
not second
I'm
base.
just eventually during the season they'll realize that all of their second basemen they have on the roster are terrible, and they will call up Gavin Lux, and he will only hit against righties. That is what will happen.
He's fast.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Next one, Freddie Galvis. What are you looking at?
Is on roids. Or was. Or some crap like that. He can play defense.
How is someone that small on roids?
Igor.
Fair. Fair.
He has dreads now. Freddie Galvis, not T. Gordon.
That is a major.
I'm pretty sure he's still a switch hitter.
He still sucks.
Yes.
That's all you have to know. He'll make 2 good defensive plays on the year, and then you will never hear anything about him.
He changed his swing where he only strikes out or hits a home run. Basically like everyone in the MLB. So
Isn't that just a wonderful world we live in?
yeah.
Adani Echeverria is still a free agent.
And that's your guy.
I love Adani. Heck of a play. Well, I'm just looking
He
at.
should sign with
I'm
a
just
good
looking at
team with a
names here.
bad defensive shortstop.
Nick Hundley. Max.
Legend. I love Nick Hundley.
Nick Hundley said hi to us.
He did do that. I love Nick
Hey,
Hundley.
Adrian Gonzalez, a free agent.
He's still in the league.
That's what it said.
I thought he
I see
retired.
him on Instagram taking BP a lot.
I
So.
thought he retired.
Logan Forsythe.
Sucks.
Yeah. That's a no from me.
Dog.
Yeah, that's a lot of them here.
Okay. So
Mike Fiers signed for 7.5, or not even just 7 million.
Yeah. Well, I guess
that's a
his
pretty good
arbitration was
deal.
way more. His arbitration was like 14.
in what world is anyone giving him $14 million for
Yeah,
arbitration?
he's sure as
2
hell
years. So that's not bad for Mike Fiers, who was pretty good last year.
Because he got to pitch so he's a home run and fly ball pitcher. He got to pitch in Detroit and Oakland.
Wow.
That's why this was his best season. He pitched in those 2 ballparks.
All right, so let's just talk about divisions. Start off with the AL East.
Well, I have to look up which division's which now.
AL East is
Orioles, Red
Over
Sox.
under Orioles 57 wins.
probably under.
In that division,
It was over under 57.
I just
Under.
pulled that number out.
Under easily. They've done nothing to get any better.
I
they
should have
have
picked a
Dylan
lower
Bundy,
number.
Alex Cobb, and Andrew Kashner for 3 starters so far.
That's a lights out rotation if I've ever seen one.
And then they got a lot of other guys.
There's
Michael
nothing.
Gibbons in the bullpen. He's pretty disgusting.
There is nothing I want to see more than Andrew Kashner pitch to the heart of any order in that division.
The Blue Jays.
Michael Givens and
Even
Richard
they
Meyer.
could just take him
I don't
deep,
even know
left
who that
and right.
is.
He's gonna have to pitch the young Vlad.
Oof.
Blue Jays might. Well, no, they'll still suck.
That's a bad team.
They might not suck as hard.
Blue Jays are.
Bro, Trumbaum is still on that team? Trumbaum needs to retire. Sorry.
No, he just needs to
He's
go
not
back
old.
to. He just needs
He's
to go
just
back
not
to
good.
Baltimore.
Wasn't Yusniel Diaz the guy who? Like,
Yeah, but he
Trade
was.
for Machado,
Yeah, he was in the Machado trade.
Barely like a top prospect.
Hey, he's like top 44, I think.
Now? I mean,
Yeah.
when we got rid of him.
Well, when we got rid of him, yeah, but he's somewhere in the top 50.
Good for them.
And the Rays. I like the Rays.
The Rays had 90 wins last
I
year.
think, I think they'll do it again.
They won't.
7 less than the A's.
I think the Rays will do something like that again.
It helps
But
when
they
you.
won't win a division.
It helps when you
No,
play
no,
against
no,
a
of
team
course
that
not.
won 47 games.
Yankees winning the division this year. My opinion.
Hot take.
They lost. How does a team lose 115 games?
When you have like 3 MLB caliber players on the roster, and one of them is a relief pitcher who plays twice a week.
And you traded the other halfway through the season.
Yes.
Okay, so the Rays. They might win 90 games.
The Rays, I think they'll be
Might.
close.
Might.
I don't know if they'll make 90 again, but I think it'll be like in the.
I'm
eight-
feeling 86.
I was just saying, I'm in the 88 to like 92.
They have a
range.
good Blake Snell, Charlie Morton, Tyler Glasnow.
The
3.
Rays will do good. They won't win 90 games.
They're a good team, but they have to play the Yankees and
'Cause,
Red Sox a lot.
I can't imagine Blake Snell repeats what he did last year.
I mean, his stuff is great, but yeah,
He's
that,
so
that was
good, though.
probably his best season.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't know that. Watch. He could be
You
great.
don't know that, but I mean, it's reasonable to believe that he's not gonna repeat, because it's hard to have a season that good and just do it again.
I heard that, Sean. Red Sox.
They're going to be in second place this season.
You think the Yankees are taking the division?
They really lost Joe Kelly, didn't they?
I think JD's going to get hurt because he didn't last year, and he always does.
This is true. JD will miss at least 1 month with some dumb foot injury.
All right. Fair.
And
They don't
Mookie,
have a catcher.
they don't need a
They have
catcher.
Christian Vasquez.
They never had a
They
catcher.
Sandy Leone.
And Blake
Blake
Swihart.
Swihart was on a World Series roster despite,
He was supposed to be good for a time.
yeah. He was the first strikeout victim of Pat Venditti's career.
That's
I take it back, it
unfortunate.
was Hanley. I'm way off. First switch hitter.
Well, they're both
Suck.
and on the Red Sox. I think
Almost.
Hanley's still there, right?
He's just an unemployed man.
Well, okay, so they were on the Red Sox.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Max, you have Yankees winning the division?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they probably
I
will.
think it's to be close-ish.
I think it'll be close.
It's not going to be like 14 games ahead. It's
No.
gonna be
I'll
like
give it to the Yankees because they got better.
But
They
if Machado goes to the Yankees,
well then they'll just have too many infielders.
Then
Not
Didi
necessarily.
is going to leave because he's a free agent at the end of the season.
Well, he might
and
not.
he's hurt.
He's
Yeah.
gonna miss a good chunk at least. The Yankees are really vague about it, so I would assume that means it's not good.
They also have an open DH slot.
No, they don't. They use Stanton as the DH.
So who's their outfielders?
Hicks.
Judge, and
Brett Gardner.
either Gardner or
Or
Ellsbury.
Why would you not put Stanton in the outfield and take out
Because he
Gardner and
sucks.
Ellsbury?
He's terrible defensively.
I mean, if you get to start Manny Machado, or just put Manny Machado.
I mean, yes, if they were to get Manny Machado, then they would probably move Stanton to the outfield and just bump someone into the DH. But it's not going to happen. It's pointless. Max, stop messing with the mic.
Other team in that division, Blue Jays.
What is wrong with you two?
I'm gonna cut off their mics.
You should.
We only have one between the two of us.
No, wait, yeah, it's theirs. Okay.
I know, that's why.
All right.
You buffoon.
If you guys didn't know, we were 7 guys.
3 mics.
3 mics.
One cup.
unfortunately.
All right, are we going to the AL Central?
That's
Indians. Moving on.
Yeah. There's only
Yeah.
one relevant.
Those teams, yeah.
All right, AL West we kind of discussed a little bit.
It's still the Astros.
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 I don't think the A's are a
The
playoff
A's.
team this year. Sean,
I
you
mean, they
can
were for one game.
go at my throat all you want, but I don't. They're not even a wild
So
card team.
The Red Sox will have the first wild card spot unless something goes horrendously wrong. So your other wild card contenders, you got Rays, A's, maybe the Twins figure something out.
Some team
That division
every
is-
year there is always the one team that doesn't belong in the playoffs that makes it anyway.
Last year was the
Last year was the A's.
Yes.
The year before that it was the Twins. It'll be some other team this year. I don't know which one.
Angels.
It's
Mike Trout is going to lead his team to the playoffs for the first time.
he's made it before when he sucked.
Exactly.
It's either going to be the Rays, A's, or a mystery AL Central team. Because that division.
If
is
the White
easy
Sox
to take.
White Sox get someone, if they get either Harper or Machado, they will make the playoffs because remember they have Eloy coming up.
Their pitching does suck.
Their pitching sucks, but so did the A's.
Yes. Their bullpen is great.
The White
A's,
Sox?
no, White Sox.
I don't know about the White Sox bullpen. I've never watched a game.
The Angels have Justin Bohr. Okay.
You're just strengthening their case as the
Yeah.
worst team in the
The
division.
They owe Albert
Aren't
Pujols
the
$87 million.
worst.
My case is rested.
Jonathan Simmons, who was phenomenal last year. Pujols, who is old. Cozart, Bohr, Tommy Stella, Trout, Upton, and Cole Calhoun.
Okay, now let's look at their pitching staff.
Yeah, that's
And
that's
look-
their
and
problem.
Who's their number
And
one
observe
pitcher?
The lack of
Please
California.
tell-
Garrett Richards, Tyler Skaggs.
No.
Garrett
Garrett
Richards on the
Richards.
Padres.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
When
Matt
that
Harvey,
Like,
Andrew Heaney,
a
Trevor
month ago.
Cahill, Tyler
Couple months.
Skaggs, Jamie Barria.
Jaime Barria,
Same.
idiot.
Yeah, so if they had some
A
pitching,
bullpen.
if they had some pitching, okay, no bullpen.
Okay, so if they had,
start Cole Calhoun.
so if
Cody
they
Allen.
had 13 of their
Yeah,
12
yeah.
spots on the roster, they'd be fine.
What?
If the Angels had 13 of the 12 spots on the
Yes.
roster, they'd be okay.
They have a good lineup.
The Angels suck.
They won't make
Their
playoffs.
lineup isn't that good.
They have a mediocre,
They got Mike Trout. That definitely helps.
yeah, they have one
Who's
great
the good
player. I would be a
That's
very
something
excited
next
child. Oh, that's something for like a podcast 2 years from now.
Tune in 2 years from now.
And the Angels have like a good, not great, like lineup, and then they have 0 to no pitching.
It's really top heavy, and the pitching is
Awful.
pretty bad.
So yeah, the Angels aren't making playoffs. That's not happening. They'll be battling with the Texans for the worst team in the division.
I think they're called the Rangers.
I think that statement just proves how irrelevant they are.
Got him.
Boom,
Who do the
roasted.
Rangers even have? Odor, Andrews.
No more
Andrew
Mazzara drives in a
Joey
lot of runs.
Gallo.
Do they still have Rob Chirinos?
Bartolo Colon's still around somewhere.
No,
He's
they
a
don't
free
they don't have
agent.
Chirinos.
Damn, that's unfortunate.
The Astros have Chirinos.
When that happen?
Astros they're out of the Real Muto race then.
And did they get another catcher too? They got
Max Stassi,
no.
He's
I
always
thought
been
they
there.
They signed someone.
Garrett Stubbs, Jamie Ritchie.
I have no idea who any of those people are. I know Stassi.
Yeah,
I mean, the Astros are going to be.
they still got McCann, don't they?
Nope,
Nope.
he's on the Braves.
They still have
It's a
Gaddis, don't
reunion.
they?
Who?
He's a free agent and can't catch anymore.
They still have Stassi, don't they?
Yes. They have Elmays Diaz too. I didn't know that. And AJ Reed, who hits nukes.
And is fat.
Yes.
And
He's
Ty-
playing for the Jayhawks.
And Tyler White,
That's
fantasy
what I meant.
team.
They're basically the same person except one's fat.
George Springer, Brantley, Josh Reddick, Tony Kemp, Jake Morrison.
Tony Kemp is like 5'3".
Also plays.
So
for
is
the Jayhawks.
Altuve.
They're a midget team.
They're made for each other. It's beautiful.
Um,
What's up with their pitching staff?
It's good.
Well, it's also full of 3 people.
Verlander, Cole McHugh, Josh James, Framber Valdez.
Who?
Framber Valdez, Brad Peake.
That's not a real person.
You wanna look at it?
No.
Lance McCullers is hurt.
We should really have more than just one computer.
Well, I don't want to bring mine.
Lance McCullers, come on the show.
Lance McCullers?
Come on the
Yeah.
show, Lance.
Okay, so NL East.
Yeah, go to it. Here,
Got a
let
lot
It's-
better.
me see if
it did get a
let me see if
lot
I can-
better.
Let me see if I can bring this up on
You got the Marlins who will be
Marlins.
the Marlers.
Marlins.
You got the Marlins who will be battling for the worst record in baseball, and then outside of that, you got the Mets who are lost between rebuild and contending.
Last time we did that, they made it to the World Series. So.
Also true. And then they got the Phillies who are one mega deal away from being a playoff team. The Nationals who are
The
what?
Nationals away from being a playoff.
And then you got the Braves who are
Probably a playoff team.
that's my dark horse World Series candidate.
All right. It's not bad.
Is this the right guy? I don't know. Am I looking at the right guy?
Who the hell's John Becker?
John Becker _ I need that guy. This guy's getting all my baseball information from. He looks weird, but he knows his stuff. Or this is the guy that creates all this stuff.
Uh-huh. Thanks, John Becker. Whoever you are.
This is what I was looking at for all the.
No, that's a spreadsheet.
That is
That is a spreadsheet.
So that's all the free agent offers for the free agents.
So everybody who is good has been taken already except for the two good people.
Yes. Why is this so zoomed out?
Belcher retire? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
He was in a
unfortunate.
Target commercial.
There we go.
I think it was Target. I don't know. Some store.
Ooh, where'd Trevor Cahill go?
Angels. You're the one who read that aloud.
I did.
Yes.
Bingo, bongo.
I don't remember things I said.
All right.
Luis
What are we
Ortiz,
talking about?
the NL East.
Bingo. All right. So this is all this is Brave, or this is the Braves.
The Braves rotation isn't that bad. They got a bunch of young guys who
It's
were good.
inconsistent.
They got a bunch of young guys who were good last year but young. And then they have Tehran who can like range anywhere from like
All-star to vomit.
yeah, yes. And you have Kevin Gosman who
like
is
him.
too good for the Orioles.
That's not hard.
He had like 2 games with the Braves last year.
Mike Soroka's a baller.
He pumps Ched.
Yeah.
Max Fried.
Can we look at how good
Go
the
Harrell's
Marlins,
fat, but he's pretty good.
What?
how good the Marlins rotation is? Jose Urena, Wei Chen, who can't lose at home,
And Dan Straley.
and Dan Strahler, and Caleb Smith and Trevor Richards.
And
Trevor
Pablo
Richards,
Lopez.
He has a disgusting changeup.
Thank you, Sean.
They got my boy Mirandy Gonzalez.
Okay, Marlins aren't good. Marlins suck. Mets are disgusting.
Yeah, the Mets rotation. If you remove,
Jacob DeGrom and Noah Syndergaard, that sucks.
if you remove Jason
Matt
Vargas,
And replace him with Seth Lugo, the spin rate god himself.
then that's one of the best rotations in
But it is
baseball.
Hector Santiago.
Is
When
Corey
did they
Oswalt-
get Hector Santiago?
Oswalt?
No.
Um,
Shout out Roy Oswalt.
I got the Phillies.
Roy Oswalt coming on the show.
The Phillies got Nola.
Nola
That's
Arrieta,
about it.
Velasquez.
And that's the mediocrity.
Jack tried trading me Eflin like every single day of the season last year.
Yeah, because he can't throw strikes.
Nationals.
That's a good
That-
bullpen,
that's
or that's a good
disgusting.
rotation. That's a hell of a
Yeah,
rotation.
that's a very good
Joe
rotation.
Ross.
I forgot he existed.
Joe Ross.
Yeah.
Good bullpen.
Shout out Joe and Tyson.
Intro transitioning music. All right. Bullpens.
That was a banger.
Thank you.
The Braves have a good bullpen.
Yes, they do.
The Marlins.
AJ Minter looks exactly like Craig Kimbrell. I didn't notice that till like a week ago. But he's left-handed, and the beard
Isn't
is
Darren
not
O'Day,
nearly as
like-
gay.
38.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he threw like 83 when he was young, so it doesn't really matter that much.
80. Oh, okay. Wait. I was
He
like,
throws from like the ground.
Whatever happened to the guy on the Marlins who like jumped at everybody?
Carter Capps, he got traded to the Padres and had surgery, and has not been in the majors since. And I would have called a balk every single time he threw a ball. Him
Well-
and Jordan Walden.
Sure, but I mean, you make that your move known, it's not a balk, right? As long as like you're
calling it.
consistent with it.
He throws
mean-
the ball from 3 feet in front of
so
the
did Tim
mound.
Lincecum.
Yeah, but I don't think that's a balk. That's just a rule that the MLB has to fix.
I'm calling the balk. That's That's all I'm saying. Also, it's not like I'm going to be officiating an MLB game anytime soon.
Fair.
Or Carter Caps will be in an MLB game anytime soon.
Marlins. I don't even know who these guys are.
They're irrelevant. They don't.
Riders good.
Adam Conley.
They don't matter. Moving on to the
Kevon
Mets.
Guerrero throws like 104 miles an hour.
Robert
Really?
Zellman.
Wow.
Why don't you know that?
He has long hair and doesn't belong in a
Every time I look at
rotation.
that- Every time I turn the corner, Marlins.
Juris Familia made a nice comeback to the Mets. Seth Lugo.
I think he will steal Jason Vargas's rotation spot and then get hurt.
Luis Avalon.
I don't understand why the Mets got Diaz and Familia. They're both closers.
Because Familia can pitch outside of the closing
Yeah,
job.
Familia was the 6th inning guy in Oakland.
Yeah. Familia is just
Yeah,
the
'cause the A's had.
Familia is their setup guy. Familia is the guy to bridge the gap between. He's the guy to bridge the gap between DeGrom and Diaz.
Yes.
It was 30 ground the whole game.
Well, you can't do that every
Will
game.
somehow blow it just because DeGrom.
Yeah. The Phillies got a good
It's
rotate.
because he won really the year he didn't deserve it.
The Phillies had a solid bullpen.
Hey, those are fighting words.
David Robertson solid. I wish we got him. Sir Anthony Dominguez. Kid's a baller.
Oh, so his name isn't Sir Anthony Dominguez?
No, it's much more stupid.
Pat Neshek, who is,
The sidearm master.
yes.
I didn't realize half these guys were on the Phillies.
I did not know Juan Acosta was on the field.
Me neither.
It's a good
And then-
division. That is a very good division.
Oh, Bear Claw's a Nat?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good pen.
Hopefully he won't have to close.
Hopefully, yeah, he was so bad.
Well,
Before,
yeah.
He was disgusting.
He was
led the-
filth.
He led all relievers and strikeouts. At some
Yeah.
point in his
And
life.
then I got him when he became a closer and was awful. Thanks, Jack.
Also, the Marlins closer is not really worth owning.
Well,
Because they're not going to win a game. Who has more wins at the end of the year? Marlins or Orioles?
Oriole and the Marlins.
Marlins.
The
Both in
Marlins.
tough divisions, but not nearly as tough as
Yeah.
you know.
The Marlins will lose half their games, but they're not the Orioles.
They're gonna lose more than
you was saying the Marlins go 81 and 81.
Well,
the
no.
Angels are gonna lose half their games.
No, I mean, whatever. Go Dodgers.
Nationals, Whatever.
I like how we just skipped on the entire American League bullpen.
Well,
Yeah,
who
whatever,
cares?
No, you guys kind of skipped.
Yeah, we did. The good
Position
ones.
Players.
Okay, what's the next NL division? Because we don't care about this one anymore.
You know what I'm talking about?
Central,
All right.
which got really good all of a sudden.
Actually,
Talking about talking about position players first.
Okay.
no. Okay,
Not
so
okay.
Brewers. Why are we going through every single position? This is pointless.
Here's tweaking.
So
Oh,
the
bingo, nailed it.
I'm always tweaking.
God,
Okay.
Brewers aren't making the playoffs.
Wow.
But they're still good.
Yeah, but they're not making the playoffs. The NL is way too stacked, and I don't think a
NL
team.
Central is way too stacked.
Yeah, I don't think that's a team built to make the playoffs every year.
They come in third in the division
Yes.
behind Cardinals and Cubs.
Yes.
Yeah,
They still should beat the Reds.
they'll beat the Reds and the Pirates.
Kinda suck.
The Pirates will be the worst division in that division, or the
Worst division, that division.
yeah, you know.
Jamie.
The Reds will
That's that.
the Reds will be get.
College education. That much.
Hey, that's my student athlete fatigue coming in clutch. Suck it, Garrett.
Hashtag failed Division 3 athlete.
Hashtag didn't attempt to be a Division III athlete.
Didn't even make it anywhere close to spring training. Take care of your rotator cuffs, kids. And old dudes playing beer league softball. You know, like us.
Oh man.
So yeah, the Brewers aren't making that division or aren't making the playoffs.
Shout out Adam Frazier on the Pirates.
The
He should go to a good team.
Cardinals are
He'll be a
taking
baller.
Cardinals are winning the division. Cubbies are taking the wild card again.
They'll get smacked
Yeah.
by. Actually, I don't know.
Well, no, no, because the wild card is gonna be the Cubs and then either the Braves or the Nationals.
Can we have a break here for a second?
Sure.
Bleacher Report update for Kawhi Leonard.
Who cares?
Bought a house in San Diego County.
Oh, that's important.
Hey, he's coming to the Clippers.
I mean, he went to San Diego State.
He's coming to the Clippers.
That's
They
important.
still suck.
Doesn't
They're
matter.
actually not bad, but
Yeah.
relative to their division, let's just say
We
they
can't
still
talk
suck.
about basketball because not all of us know enough basketball.
The All Stars
That
got
matters.
announced. Moving on.
Kawhi Leonard coming on the show.
Don't laugh.
So-
though.
No, please do laugh. That is all I want. So yeah, the Brewers aren't winning that division.
Since when did the Brewers get Ben Gamble?
He's always been. I take that back.
You know,
He was a Mariner.
He was a
last
Mariner,
year.
but
I watched him play.
He still sucks.
Does it really matter?
I was thinking they had Matt Gamble like 6 years ago, first baseman. I don't think they're related. I might have
And now let's get to the only National League division that matters:
Can I talk about the pitching?
the NL West.
Okay.
the Dodgers should win it unless something goes poorly.
They will be
like really poorly.
Hey, Jung Ho Kang is
Brendan
the
Rodgers, my man's right here.
Ow.
Sorry, did I blow your ears out?
Yes.
I don't have headphones. So.
Brendan Rodgers. We should be called 7 guys, 2 headphones. 3 headphones. Nice. Need your glasses over there. Max is falling
Steven Duggar.
Dugar. Or is it Duggar?
I don't know.
That's a dumb
Mac
name.
Williamson low-key hits tanks. But he drops his hands like really far so you can beat him with Ched.
You can beat anyone on the Giants with Ched. Even Posey. Because Posey's not the same anymore.
Posey's-
Pablo Sandoval on a major league roster. Shout out.
Wait, what? Really?
He's a Giant again.
Also, I read something that Machado could come to the Giants.
They would still suck.
He wouldn't speak.
Where would he
They would
play?
then pass the Padres.
Machado's not going to the Giants.
I saw some articles like, oh, he could come to the Giants.
Like
but,
it's theoretically possible.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah. He's going to either the Phillies or the White Sox. That is my 2 pick.
Well,
That
he's
is
not
my
going to
pick.
the White Sox gave him a terrible offer.
Well, they'll probably give him
He's
a better
going to-
one.
Whatever mystery team offered him, I think he would.
Well, he'll go to wherever offers him the most money. I don't know where that is, but I think if the White Sox are giving him a bad offer, that probably means most other teams are giving him a bad offer.
It's almost like he's a scumbag or something.
Anyway, Jake Lamb is a starting third baseman.
Jake Lamb is literally the worst player to ever play the game of baseball.
He's gonna probably play a lot of first.
He's playing third.
Do they still have Esky?
Yeah. I thought he plays second.
He plays wherever the hell he
Wait,
wants.
did Diamondbacks have Kelby Tomlinson?
What? When?
Right there, look at
Yeah, they got Kelby.
Kelby.
They got Domingo?
Wait, what? Well, hashtag free Domingo.
They got Kevin Crone. AKA not
Suzuki.
CJ Crone.
However you pronounce that.
Caesar.
Caesar.
It's a really
To
hard
be fair,
name.
that one does defy like all.
They also got
phonics
Tim
in English
Castro.
language.
I did not know that happened.
I know we traded him to the Yankees.
The Castro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess
So
he's
we got
in
traded to the
Arizona
Yankees
now.
and they got traded back to the D-backs in the same offseason.
Yeah.
Damn.
My school had to play him in the College World Series, which they won.
College-
Division III College World Series.
I was gonna say, what?
The Dodgers are winning the division, probably.
If the
Yes.
Dodgers don't do anything stupid, or
So basically, if the Dodgers don't trade Seager and Turner, they're winning the
For
division.
real Muto.
or I don't know, man.
You're the one saying that we have this in the bag. I've been the one saying that you have to remember about the Rockies.
Yeah.
Well,
now we switched.
yeah. I mean, the Dodgers should, because the Rockies can't. You can't have
Dodgers
like
are-
consistently good
The
pitching and
Dodgers are to
cores.
lose the division. The Dodgers.
I mean,
need to lose the division.
they've done everything in their power to lose the division.
But they're just still have the best roster.
Yeah.
Not even close. I hate when people say that to me on Instagram.
What?
Like, Tom Brady's better than Aaron Rodgers. That's not even close. Or something like really stupid.
Well,
Like, the Angels are gonna. I can't even think of anything to say with that. You get it.
Brady did
I
will
meant
his
to just
team
say
to the
that in
Super
my
Bowl.
head, but now it came into like a whole thing we're talking about.
Brady did will his team into a Super Bowl.
Is Greinke going anywhere?
Granky? He should. Well, no.
They need to
They-
sell tickets.
Yeah, they're not gonna.
Robbie Ray is going somewhere. Full prediction.
They can't trade him as long as he still has like $100 million on his contract.
And has 15 teams. That is no trade thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Spoiler: the Dodgers are one of them.
thank God.
Here, Lambert, bro. We sat next to him at a game. At a Jayhawks game.
Peter Lambert?
Peter Lambert.
Yeah, I was going to say.
He's right there.
No way.
Peter Lambert, pitcher for the Rockies, is actually a stud.
He is stud.
He pumps.
Yawn.
Gomes. Respect.
Rockies have a decent rotation. I say decent.
I mean, Freeland and Marquez
won't
are
have a-
ballers.
Freeland won't have the season he had last year.
Disagree.
I think he'll be just as good.
Yeah.
He was really good last
I think if there's anyone on that team who will who will repeat, it's
Marquez and
Freeland.
Stuff.
Okay, well, yeah.
His
Johnny
stuff
Gray has great stuff, but he can't throw strikes.
his stuff is good, but Freeland's legit.
Marquez also rakes.
Also true, but
Pitchers who rake.
I mean, it's hard not to when you're playing in course. Even pitchers can rake. I want to see who is the Matt Sorensen? I want to see him play in course. Is that his name? The guy on the Reds?
Lorenzen. Well, it's pretty easy to hit in Cincy.
Yeah,
They said
but
they're going to
that's
play him in the outfield a little bit, or at least they're thinking about it. Two-way gang. And, what's his name? Caleb Cowart, that everyone's favorite.
oh, not Colin?
No.
Damn.
Utility guy with the Angels for a while. He signed in Seattle, and he said, in addition to playing second and third, they're going to pitch him out of the bullpen. Or they're going to try to. I mean, if he sucks and doesn't make the team, he won't.
Right.
That seems likely, by the way.
Who should be the Dodgers' fifth starter?
Okay.
Whoever's healthy.
Urias.
That's what I was thinking. Even though it's another lefty.
I think
We'll
you.
have 4 lefties.
I think you put Maeda and Stripling in the bullpen because you need to get them experience there and like real
And
bullpen
Maeda's
scenarios.
bullpen.
Yeah.
'cause he throws pretty
And
hard.
Stripling is gonna just wear himself out during the
Yeah.
entire season if
And
he
Kershaw's
pitches.
Kershaw.
Kershaw's
Buehler's
fine. Bueller's fine.
Rich Hill is my
Rich
call.
Hill will hit the DL 4 times, but he'll be fine.
Bold prediction: Buehler will be the number 1 pitcher on the Dodgers rotation by the end of the year.
Well,
I'm pretty sure we're gonna keep Kershaw in the number 1 spot.
Yeah,
I know, but
he means Bueller will be the best pitcher
He'll
in the
be-
Dodgers rotation.
All right.
I think
Pretty
that will
bold.
I mean, really, at the end of the year, wasn't he kind of the best pitcher in our rotation?
At the end, yeah.
Yeah.
Even though he kind of sucked against the Brewers, he had 1 bad
Who
game.
cares? He went like 7 scoreless against the.
I thought you were saying against the Braves.
Well,
He gave up that
Well,
grand
you
slam.
have the dinger to.
Yeah,
Acuna.
I mean
That-
it was his first time in the playoffs. I'm not really getting that mad at him. He did get us into the playoffs. Remember that.
Yes.
That was a hell of a game.
Yeah.
How do
Also,
the Giants have 4 starters?
Well, because they don't. Because Derek Holland and Drew Pomeranz suck, and
Drew
Jeff
Pomeranz
Samardzija
had
is
a
also
great-
resurgence last year.
Pomeranz is a steal.
Holland,
Yeah, like he was fantasy relevant
but he wasn't real life relevant.
for the Giants. Yeah, I mean, like he was a serviceable pitcher.
Well, they have Ty Bloch. Oh, and they have Derek. Derek Rodriguez is good.
Chris Stratton has a disgusting curveball, but hitters hit 300 against all of his other pitches.
Just throw for fake curveballs then. Alright, so we've reached the end of all the teams, I guess. We should go through our predictions, I guess, of this year where teams are going to end up. Playoffs.
Dodgers win the NL West. Cardinals win the NL Central. I'm just off in the top of my head right here. Nationals win their division. Braves and Cubs are the wild card.
I have that same thing except flip-flop Nationals and Braves.
Same thing with Sean.
Garrett?
Dodgers win the West.
No.
Nah, bro, got the Padres winning the West, man. Padres are all the way. No, but Dodgers West, Cardinals Central. I feel like if the Phillies sign somebody big, they'll win the division. And then
If the Phillies sign
if the Phillies sign Machado or Harper, they'll win the division.
if they
And the
sign
wild card will be Nationals. Cubs.
if the Phillies sign someone big, they'll take the wild card over the Cubs.
That's fair. I'm with you on that.
I know they're not winning the division. That division is way too stacked. They'll finish third. I don't think they're finishing third regardless, but I think they'll finish third and take a wild card spot if they get either Machado or Harper.
Okay, who wins the NL?
Who wins all of it?
Yes.
Dodgers.
Nationals.
No.
You had them winning a playoff series.
He had them winning
You
the
said that
entire
just now, right?
National League.
If they win the National League, they will not lead for a single pitch in the World Series.
Neither did we. Only won one game, but that
Dodgers are
didn't
winning
matter.
the NL.
We won- we
won.
won- We won one game, and it took us 18 innings.
Big Dick Muncy.
Bro, you know that was the longest World Series game ever.
No way.
Did you know Andrew McCutchen signed to the Phillies?
Oh, Andrew McCutchen. AL? AL West.
AL West, Astros,
Astros.
AL Central.
Indians.
The Indians.
And that division still sucks.
And then
It used to be
Yankees.
Yankees, and then
But it'll be close-ish.
I think
Red
the
Sox race would be-
I think Red
race
Sox
well.
win the division.
Oh, okay.
I think it'll be one of those things where it's like one of them wins 107, the other one's 105 or something. So it'll
both winning
Rip
100
Orioles.
yeah. So they'll be like equally unstoppable. I think the Red Sox win the division. Yankees take the number 1 wild card, and I'll just assume the White Sox. I'm just taking with my prediction that the White Sox get Machado, and say that with Machado the White Sox take the second wild card
Interesting.
with Ronaldo Lopez leading their rotation.
No way.
He only win a fantasy championship, so
Is Kopech? He had Tommy John, right?
I don't know. He had something.
He had something that was ending
He's
his
also a
season.
dick.
Well, who cares?
He also pumps Chet.
That's all I care about.
Dodgers Yankees World Series.
Do you have that? Is that your prediction?
My prediction.
Wasn't that everyone's prediction last year?
I don't think my prediction was Dodgers.
Sean, what's your prediction?
World Series?
Yeah.
I think if the Yankees, they'd have to mess it up to not make the World Series, which could happen. But I'm going to go Yankees, and then the Yankees Braves.
All right.
I got. Didn't.
You said Nationals, okay.
Whoops.
Sorry, I was gonna say the Yankees and Nationals in the World Series, and then Sean threw me for a loop. I did not think that you. I mean, I know I have the Braves like a dark horse candidate to get to the World Series. I didn't think anyone else shared that idea.
Now you're just embarrassed?
Well, no, now I'm just shook. Because, it's real now. Because anything Sean says becomes automatically real.
Okay.
I have Cardinals Yankees.
You know what? I like the Cardinals.
Well, yeah, the Cardinals are loaded.
But
I
I
was
also
just
like
thinking
the,
of
I like
them.
the, I really like the Phillies if they sign somebody. If the Phillies sign Machado or Harper, it'll be Phillies Yankees. If they don't, Cardinals Yankees.
2009 rematch.
So you think Machado and Harper have the ability to push a not playoff team into the World Series?
That is a playoff team already. What are you talking about?
The Phillies?
Yes.
Okay, there.
I think they are a playoff team right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're the
Definitely a
third
wild
best
card.
team in their division.
They can win a wild card.
And
If they get someone.
Their pitching is good enough.
If they get someone, they will be a wild card team and lose in their first game.
I don't know what that one.
Yeah, probably.
Let's see. Where are the Phillies? Phillies, come here. Phillies. Okay.
And then they'd have to play the
See, they
so
all
the
they need.
Cardinals
They
or
need a
something.
good hitter. They need a good hitter.
The Phillies?
Yes.
Well, yeah, because they don't have anyone.
But they have
And-
Chase Hoskins.
Exactly.
Gene Segura, who is a batting champion for 5 straight years.
They have Cesar Hernandez.
Herrera, who is
Cesar
very much potential.
Hernandez. 10-10 club.
They got they have the Phillies are a good team, but they're
They
not.
need a hitter.
Andrew
telling you.
Knapp is the answer.
Andrew Knapp is never the answer.
But yeah, right
Not
now.
if you ask who's the Phillies' backup catcher.
Yeah, but right now I have D-back or not Cardinals, Yankees.
I just saw Jesse Winker's name on the Reds depth chart. I could have sworn it said Jared Weaver for a second
He's making a comeback.
Jamie,
as an outfielder.
Who's your World Series?
Yankees Nationals. Do I have to pick a winner?
Yeah, we'll pick winners. Here, go pick.
Well, I threw myself on the spot here. Yankees. There's no one
You
beating
can't
them.
have Nationals winning the World Series.
Yeah.
Well,
Yankees, Braves, right?
yeah, I guess Braves.
Just-
I meant to say Braves.
So Yankees over Braves.
Yeah,
Dodgers, Yankees, third time's a charm. Let's go Dodgers.
I like it.
Yankees over Cardinals.
Spoken like a true homer.
So 3 of us have Yankees. Max, you have the Dodgers over the Yankees.
In 7.
Obviously.
So,
Yeah, 'cause
what I'm getting out of this, since we all have a unanimous Yankees
right,
going
it's
to the
so
World
important.
Series, they're just not even making the playoffs. That's the moral I got out of this. The Yankees.
Oh, yeah.
Since everybody in this room has them going to at least the World Series, they're just not even going to make it anywhere. At best, they'll be like a first-round exit.
They have
Like they have in the last 2 years.
They have so much potential. Also,
Except they break
everybody in this
TAs.
list, Addison Russell's the only one highlighted in black.
I get it.
That's funny.
I get it. Sean already
yeah.
said it. I just didn't
So
process
that's AL MVP, NL MVP.
Mike Trout and Mike Trout.
Thanks, Sean. All right, Sean.
I need to think about AL. Because like I still understand the voting process. Like, is it some years they go with best player, some years they go with who helped. If it's like who's the most valuable, it's sure as hell not gonna be Mike Trout.
When was the last time they went by value? It's always just been whoever.
Jamie's gonna throw it.
Yeah. Anyway, my NL is Paul Goldschmidt.
Damn, I was going to say.
Suck it. My AL.
I'll change it up.
Go to the NL.
You know what? I'm still good on Mike Trout.
I need to look at this again because I do not remember. I don't know who I want for the NL.
Judge and
What did you do?
someone else not on a team that wins the World Series will be finalists. And my dark horse candidate for the NL is Corey Seager.
Ooh.
But it's going to be Paul Goldschmidt.
Robert Acuna and Mike Trout.
That's not
Ronald Acuna.
I can see Freddie Freeman winning one.
No. Well, I mean, I could, but it's
Maybe.
not.
Yeah. Javi Baez is coming back strong.
No. It'll be good, but he's not. No. I think Yasiel Puig is going to make an MVP campaign.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
hitting sixth and playing right
I
field.
think Christian Yelich will be good again.
Obviously, he's a great hitter.
Go to the AL for me real quick.
I mean, there's two options. You can either take Mookie Betts or you can take Mike Trout.
I'm definitely.
Chris
gonna-
Davis got like 2 votes last year. They were
White
both
Chris?
close votes. Oh yeah.
With his, -2 WAR.
Mm-hmm.
Daddy.
See, I didn't want to say Black Chris in this.
Well,
So
you
it's
just
kinda
did.
sus.
Hey, I can't see the Orioles. Can I please see one of their players so I can make an accurate description?
Ray Mancini. He's pretty good. But I mean,
That was the wrong way.
he would have hit like 130 home runs for them to make the playoffs.
Okay, there. Now you can see the Orioles, so you have the full AL picture.
Or White Chris Davis is winning.
I think Jonathan VR is going to win it.
Okay, no, but in all in seriousness, Trout is going to win AL.
Alex Bregman, Chris Bryant.
That's a hot take.
Ballsy.
Needs more white.
I'm saying no just because I hate Alex Bregman.
And
I can't stand Chris Bryant now because of that idiotic St. Louis comment he made.
what did he say about
Chris
St.
Bryant
Louis? What did he say about St. Louis?
So it's like a boring.
He
city,
said it sucks.
Well, it is a boring city.
And
Chris
I
Bryant, come on the
commented
show.
on it saying he said something like it's boring. I couldn't
Wellington
wanna play
Castillo.
there. And I said, well, with Chicago, all the murderers who went over there.
Okay, who you got? Well, let's stop talking
yeah.
about Chicago murdering and the St. Louis Cy Youngs. Who you got?
Oh yeah.
Let's go to the
Go to the pitchers.
rotations here.
Kershaw's coming back.
No.
He's not taking
is.
Cy Young.
Yes, he is.
No,
Yep.
that's not happening.
Yes, it is.
I mean, it's either between Scherzer and DeGrom.
Oh, I'd say, mm,
And I think Walker Buehler.
How about
can-
Miles Mikolas?
Aaron
Nola.
Nola.
He ate a live lizard on camera.
Aaron
Wait, are you
Nola.
serious about
Yeah.
Nicholas?
Oh, never mind. I thought you were asking.
Probably not.
Aaron
Max-
You're
Nola.
questioning
No,
more if he's
I'm-
a serious candidate or if he ate an actual.
Okay, so
Because
for
I
my
believe that.
Yeah.
for my picks,
gonna-
I have Aaron Nola.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to get in under all of the yelling.
I like that pick.
Okay, so Aaron Nola is gonna be my NL guy, and I don't remember any AL pitcher.
A
So,
single AL pitcher.
well, I know plenty of AL pitchers. I don't know who will win it.
Chris Sale. If he stays healthy.
I'll get
Or Nathan Eovaldi.
Garrett Cole.
Damn, I was gonna take Erik.
Balls.
You can still take Garrett Cole. It's not like it's like the draft here.
Nope, it's a draft. He's off the board.
He's off the board. Taking Sean Manaea.
I love you.
Hey.
Miss probably the entire season.
Oh, Scotland is.
Eric Skagland is also in black.
What happened to him? What did?
What did he
Who
beat?
did he
Yo, you ready? Clayton Kershaw, Jose Barrios.
That is the hottest take I think I've ever heard in my entire life.
There's a lot of movement there between those two guys, and inconsistency. Ballsy though, I like it.
Sean, who you got?
Max Scherzer and Trevor Bauer.
The Bauer outage.
That's a hot take.
Also, if you don't follow him on Twitter,
I do not.
Then you will not see any pictures of drone sliced fingers
he's a G and a maniac.
and an idiot. Garrett, who you got?
Chris Sale, AL. And then I was between Scherzer and who else was I between?
Probably DeGrom.
DeGrom.
Well, Scherzer's off the board.
Oh, yes. I got DeGrom then. DeGrom and Sale. Or Justin Verlander.
And do you want to?
Justin Verlander was as good as he was last.
Do you want to do Rookie of the Year?
I don't know enough rookies to. I mean, if Vlad goes
Vlad Jr. and Eloy is in the AL, so not him. Who?
I think he's be a very close.
Well, you have Brendan Rodgers, so you're fine there. Who's a pitcher in the NL that's a rookie and coming up? Is there a good one? Thanks, Sean. You're useful. If Tatis comes up in time, I'll say him.
That's good.
Yeah, so Vlad's pretty unanimous for the AL
Jonathan
right?
Daza is
I
a
agree.
goat. He is so good.
Yeah, but are we saying Vlad Jr.?
Who? You don't know who Jonathan Daza is?
So we're saying Vlad Jr. for the AL?
One of-
Jethawks.
well, he's actually. a
All
top
right, so Vlad
prospect.
Jr. for the AL. And
When I know somebody that Sean doesn't know.
got me.
and since the Dodgers only make good rookies of the year, I'm saying we're gonna have at least someone in the conversation. And I'd say the most likely candidate would probably be Gavin Lux.
Gavin Lux, yeah.
You know, at the most, he's gonna play like 80 games.
He's gonna
That's
get called up early.
Extremely optimistic.
They'll have him for.
He's gonna get called up earlier because the Dodgers are gonna realize much sooner that their second base scenario, unless they sign someone, which they haven't shown any,
Sam Machado named to second.
unless they haven't shown any inclination to sign a second baseman. So assuming they stay with the same people they have right now, then he's gonna take it. In my opinion. That's not true. I don't think he's gonna take it, but I hope he does. He'll just be in the conversation. No, it's Tatis and Vlad Jr. for me.
Vlad Jr. definitely there for AL. Kid's a monster.
Sean,
You know what? I'm gonna go Eloy.
you going Eloy?
Yeah, that's hard to not.
Oh,
Vlad Jr.
just kidding. I lied. Victor Robles.
You right. Okay, that's who I want. I guess for rookies, it's not a draft.
Yeah, for rookies, there's like 4 of them.
Yeah, and if Nick Senzel's like hand works and he gets called up,
He'll be good.
but yeah, I'm gonna go. Vlad is gonna win the AL by like 2 votes over Eloy.
I think it'll be like the Soto Acuna thing like it was
Yeah.
last year. Where it's like one of them will be like,
Except they hit for higher averages.
Acuna had like 280, didn't he? Or 270, something.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's
I
my
think they both
MVP.
hit for high averages.
Acuna's baller.
Acuna is a baller.
He's probably not winning MVP, but he's still my pick.
Hands out.
Hey,
You don't know that.
you don't. I mean, the
Okay,
kid's
last year
got
He batted 293.
293.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Destroyed his
He
season.
went off in the second half. He was
will
homering
win
like
one at
every other
some
day,
point, unless he gets robbed a lot.
Yeah.
he's-
unless he gets Matt
Juan
Kempt.
Soto batted 292. So 1 point below.
Yeah. That was a good rookie class last
was.
year.
Childish Bambino.
Needs more Carter Keyboom.
And what's his face?
He's supposed to be good.
Bueller.
Oh yeah.
Bueller.
Okay.
All right.
Anything else? That's it.
I'll just run down for. Just kidding. That's just no time.
So
We are running out of time. Anything else you guys want to add? Anything sports related?
NBA All Stars are
Warriors won.
the NBA All Stars are Giannis, Kawhi Leonard,
James
Joel
Harden's on his
Embiid,
phone for, like, the past
Kyrie Irving, Kemba Walker for the East, and for the West, it is LeBron James, Paul George, Kevin Durant, and Stephen Curry, and James Harden. I threw in one too many ands. No one cares about the NBA in this room,
Hey, you know what starts up soon?
except for the guy wearing a Warriors shirt.
You know what starts up soon?
What?
MLS season.
Okay, yeah, this is over.
Alright, so we're signing off tonight. For Jamie Boss, Sean Kaufman, Max Tomack, I'm Garett Finley. Thank you for listening to 7 Guys, 3 Mics.
Deuces.